You've probably heard it 100 times, drink water first thing in the morning. And for most of your life, that made perfect sense. But what if I told you the way you're drinking water now might actually be draining your energy instead of restoring it? It sounds strange, doesn't it? After all, it's just water. But as we age, even simple habits need to be adjusted. Your body after 60 is more delicate, more responsive, and more vulnerable to small mistakes that didn't matter in your 30s. In fact, many seniors wake up feeling bloated, foggy, or lightheaded and have no idea that their morning water routine could be part of the problem. This video isn't here to scare you. It's here to help you take control of your senior health, make smart changes, and build daily habits for longevity. Because to truly live healthy after 50, we have to unlearn what no longer serves us, even something as innocent as a glass of water. Do you drink water first thing in the morning? Let me know how you do it in the comments, standing, sipping, chugging. I'd love to hear your routine. If this topic already has you curious, please like this video and subscribe for more real useful aging gracefully advice. Now let's walk through the 5 surprising mistakes many people make and how a few gentle shifts can completely change the way your day begins. Mistake number 1, drinking ice cold water. First thing, you wake up, walk to the kitchen, and reach for a cold glass of water. It feels refreshing, maybe even sharp, like it's waking you up from the inside out. But for many people over 60, that first gulp might be doing more harm than good. Your body, just moments out of sleep, isn't ready for the shock. Overnight, your heart slows, your blood vessels narrow, digestion softens. Every system is trying to gently return to rhythm. Then boom, ice cold water hits your stomach like a slap. For younger folks, the body bounces back quickly. But as we age, things change. Circulation becomes more sensitive, digestion more delicate, and your internal temperature regulation slower than it used to be. That glass of cold water might trigger stomach cramps, chills, or even mild dizziness. Not because water is bad, but because timing and temperature now matter more. According to a study published in Age and Aging, sudden exposure to cold in older adults can increase sympathetic nervous system activity, raising heart rate and constricting blood vessels. That's not what you want first thing in the morning, especially if you already manage senior health concerns like high blood pressure or circulation issues. It wasn't always like this. You may remember a time when icy water felt energizing, but your body today isn't the body you had 20 years ago. And that's not a problem. It just means it's time to listen more closely. Joyce Simmons from Tulsa, Oklahoma, 76 years old retired teacher, used to swear by her morning routine. Every day began with a tall glass of water straight from the fridge. She believed it helped her clear her throat, perk up, and get moving. But over time, she noticed something strange. Her stomach felt tight, her fingers cold, her mornings slower. She chalked it up to aging until a friend in her walking group suggested a change. Skip the fridge. Try room temperature instead. She was skeptical after all. It was just water. But within a week of switching to lukewarm water, she felt calmer. No more stomach knots. Her hands stopped trembling. And most surprising of all, she didn't feel the same wave of fatigue an hour later. This isn't about giving something up. It's about adapting to stay strong. Because aging gracefully isn't passive, it's thoughtful. It's choosing habits that support how your body works now, not how it used to. So tomorrow, before you open the fridge, take a moment. Let the water sit out, or mix a little warm with cool. Feel how your body responds. It might seem like a small change, but when it comes to preventing aging diseases and starting your day with balance, this one choice could make all the difference. Your body has carried you through decades. It deserves kindness. And sometimes kindness is as simple as giving it water that doesn't feel like a shock. Because for those of us who want to stay sharp, steady, and independent, how we treat our mornings matters. Mistake number 2, gulping water too fast. You're thirsty, you just woke up. Maybe your mouth feels dry and there's a glass of water waiting for you on the counter. You grab it, lift it to your lips, and drink it all in one long gulp. Sounds harmless, right? But for older adults, this one quick action can throw your entire morning off balance. When you drink water too fast, especially in those first few minutes after waking, your body isn't ready. Not yet. During sleep, your heart rate slows, your blood pressure stabilizes, your digestive system rests. Everything is in a gentle state of transition when you first open your eyes. Then comes a sudden surge. A full glass of water poured down in seconds. That shock, it can spike your blood pressure, stretch your stomach, and confuse your body's rhythm. It's not about the water, it's about the pace. When we gulp, we override our body's natural process. Your kidneys suddenly have to adjust. Your stomach expands before it's warmed up. The nervous system kicks in, and some people, especially those over 60, begin to feel lightheaded, queasy, or strangely off. The Journal of Physiology has published research confirming that rapid fluid intake can significantly impact blood pressure and stress cardiac function in older adults. For those already managing hypertension or digestion issues, this habit could quietly make things worse. Now meet Henry Blake. He's 72, a former baseball coach from Columbus, Ohio. He spent years treating his body like a machine, up at 5 jog at 6 gallons of water by 7. After retiring, he kept the habit. But something changed. He began feeling strange in the mornings. A wave of dizziness, a flutter in the chest. Some days he had to sit back down just to catch his breath. He assumed it was aging, or the weather. But one morning his daughter watched him chug an entire water bottle in under 10 seconds. That's when it clicked. His doctor explained that hydration needs to be paced, especially first thing in the morning. So Henry made a shift. He started sipping slowly. 1 small glass over 15 to 20 minutes, not forcing it, just steady, relaxed hydration. Within a week, the dizziness disappeared. His balance improved, and his mornings felt calmer. Not just in his body, but in his mind. This is one of the most overlooked senior health tips out there, but it's powerful. If you start your day with a flood, your body scrambles to catch up. But if you offer it a stream, it receives what it needs without strain. That's the kind of wisdom that supports daily habits for longevity. Small changes, gentle choices, long-term impact. Think of water like medicine. Would you swallow a whole bottle at once? No. You take it in doses. The same goes for hydration. If you've been rushing through your morning glass just to get it over with, maybe tomorrow try something different. Sit up, take a breath, sip slowly. This isn't about being fragile. It's about being smart. It's one of the most useful doctor tips for older adults, and it costs nothing but a little patience. Because aging well doesn't mean doing more. It means doing what matters in the way your body can best receive it. Mistake number 3, reusing plastic bottles left out overnight. It seems like a harmless habit. You pour some water into a plastic bottle before bed, leave it on your nightstand and take a few sips when you wake up. Easy, convenient. Feels like you're doing something good for your health. But what you don't see, and what most people over 60 are never warned about, is what happens to that plastic bottle while you sleep. As the room temperature rises and falls through the night, certain types of plastic begin to break down. They start to leach microscopic chemicals into the water inside. You can't see them. You can't taste them. But your body can feel the difference, especially over time. One of the main concerns is BPA, a chemical found in many plastics. Even BPA-free bottles often contain other compounds that act in similar ways. These are known as endocrine disruptors, and they can interfere with your hormones, especially the ones that regulate energy, mood, sleep, and weight. This isn't fringe science. The National Institutes of Health has published research showing that long-term exposure to these disruptors may contribute to memory problems, fatigue, and inflammation symptoms that are already common as we age. So if you've been feeling just a little more tired, a little more foggy, or like your body's off and you can't quite put your finger on why, your nightstand water bottle might be worth a second look. Take Gerald from Sacramento. He's 78, a retired postmaster and a man of habit. Every night before bed, he'd fill up the same plastic bottle and place it near his lamp. In the morning, he'd sip what was left, believing he was doing something right for hydration. But over the course of a year, Gerald began to notice changes. His digestion became sluggish. He felt bloated in the mornings. He started waking up groggy even after a full night's sleep. Blood work came back normal. His doctor was puzzled. It wasn't until his granddaughter studying environmental health asked about his plastic use that the dots began to connect. Gerald swapped the plastic bottle for a glass one and began pouring fresh water every morning instead of leaving it out. Within 2 weeks, the fog began to lift. His energy returned. The discomfort faded. And for the first time in months, he felt like himself again. This small shift is one of those quiet longevity secrets no one talks about. Not flashy, not expensive, but powerful. Because natural health for seniors isn't just about herbs or vitamins. It's about removing what doesn't belong, even if it's invisible. And senior home remedies start with awareness, with choosing glass over plastic, with choosing clean water over convenient habits. So tonight before you go to sleep, take a look at what's on your nightstand. If it's a plastic bottle that's been refilled for days, consider making a change. Invest in a glass or stainless steel bottle. Fill it fresh in the morning. It may seem like a small detail, but when it comes to your hormones, your digestion, and your long-term clarity, it matters more than you think. Sometimes the best step forward is removing what's silently holding you back. Mistake number 4, drinking water at the wrong time with meds. You wake up, reach for your medication, and chase it down with a big glass of water. It seems like the responsible thing to do the way your doctor told you. But if you're not careful about how and when you drink that water, especially around medication and meals, you could be making your mornings harder than they need to be. Many seniors don't realize this, but taking pills with too much water or drinking on a completely empty or overly full stomach can cause more harm than good. It can lead to nausea, bloating, a sour stomach, or even reduce how well your medication is absorbed. Your digestive system is more sensitive in the morning. Acidity levels are still adjusting. Your stomach lining is thinner after fasting overnight. When you flood it with water or mix meds with a heavy breakfast, your body can get overwhelmed. And that discomfort, it's not just from aging, it's from timing. According to the Mayo Clinic, several medications, including common ones for thyroid osteoporosis or blood pressure, need to be taken on an empty stomach, but with just enough water to help them go down, not a full glass, and not followed immediately by food. This is a delicate balance, and it matters more than most people think. Ellen Shaw from Tallahassee, Florida, is 80 years old and has been on thyroid medication for over a decade. Her routine was the same every day. Pill first, then a big glass of water, then breakfast. At first it worked, but over time she began to feel nauseated in the mornings. She couldn't figure out why. Her doctor checked her labs. Everything looked fine, but the queasiness persisted. Then her new physician asked one simple question: how much water do you drink with your pill? She was surprised. No one had ever asked that before. He explained that her stomach was likely reacting to the combination of too much water too quickly before her body had a chance to adjust. So she tried something new. Just a small sip, just enough to swallow the pill. Then she waited 45 minutes before eating breakfast. That one shift changed everything. The nausea stopped. Her digestion felt smoother. And to her surprise, her follow-up blood work looked even better. This is one of those simple, overlooked doctor tips for older adults that can make a huge difference. It doesn't require more medicine, just more awareness. If you've been taking your meds the same way for years and recently started feeling off, don't assume it's just aging. Look at your senior nutrition guide. Ask yourself, am I flooding my system before it's ready? Water is good, meds are necessary, but even good things need the right timing. For healthy aging, it's not just what you take, it's how you take it. Try spacing things out. Let your body settle. Give it time before food. A little patience in the morning can bring a lot more peace throughout the day. And sometimes feeling better isn't about doing more. It's about doing the same thing just a little more gently. Mistake number 5, skipping breakfast, only drinking water. For years, the advice was simple: drink water first thing in the morning. And for many people, that became the only morning habit. Just water, no food. It sounds clean, even healthy, especially if you're trying to lose a little weight or follow some version of fasting. But here's what most people over 60 aren't told: skipping breakfast and relying on water alone can actually work against your body. After 8 or more hours of sleep, your system is running on fumes. Blood sugar is low, muscles are depleted, the brain is craving fuel. Water alone, while important, can't meet those needs. And over time, that lack of nourishment can lead to fatigue, shakiness, and even memory lapses. Your body doesn't just need hydration in the morning, it needs real fuel, protein, fiber, nutrients that rebuild and stabilize. Harvard Health reports that older adults who skip breakfast are more likely to experience low-energy muscle loss and slower cognitive function, all of which can quietly erode your independence. Karen, a retired accountant from Spokane, Washington, is 69. She started skipping breakfast 2 years ago after reading a few health blogs. Her goal was to simplify mornings and drop a few pounds. At first it worked. She lost some weight, but then came the side effects. Her hands would tremble by mid-morning. She couldn't focus. She began repeating herself during conversations. Her family noticed the changes long before she did. It wasn't until she visited a nutritionist that the root of the problem became clear. She wasn't getting enough nutrients to power her brain and muscles through the first half of the day. They came up with a simple plan: one boiled egg, a handful of almonds, a slice of whole grain toast, nothing heavy, just something steady. Within a week, her mind felt sharper. Her energy leveled out. Her confidence came back. And for the first time in months, she could sit through a conversation without losing her train of thought. This is where the Senior Nutrition Guide becomes so important. It's not about eating more. It's about eating smart, especially in the morning. Because over 60, wellness isn't built on skipping meals. It's built on supporting your body gently, consistently, and with care. Breakfast doesn't need to be fancy. A bit of protein, some healthy fat, a little fiber. That's all it takes to prevent the crash that so many older adults experience by mid-morning. If you've been starting your day with just water, hoping it's enough, this is your sign to reconsider. Try adding a few bites of nourishment. Oatmeal, yogurt, a banana with peanut butter. Something that helps your body begin, not just survive. These are the kind of senior health tips that create real change. Not in theory, but in how you feel, how you think, and how strong you remain. Because the first choice you make each day, what you put into your body, sets the tone for everything that follows. You've spent a lifetime looking out for others. Now your body is gently asking for something in return. Not grand gestures, but quiet, caring choices. The kind that don't take much time, but add up to a better day, a better year, and a better life. It's not just about drinking water, it's about how you drink it, when you drink it, and how you listen to what your body tells you afterward. These small shifts can protect your energy, support your digestion, and help you stay sharp and strong. They are simple, but they matter more than most people realize, because that's how we truly begin to live healthy after 50. Not through extremes, but through attention, intention, and grace. If today's video helped you see your morning routine in a new way, please give it a like. And if you want more longevity tips and daily habits for longevity, be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell. That way you never miss a new way to protect your senior health. Your health is your greatest wealth. Take care of it and take care of yourself.